So what's like this? Is this some sort of like interview you want me to do? Oh, I don't want to hear what I got to say. What are we talking about again? Use Your Delusion. Wow. Okay, yeah, I got a lot of things to say about that album. Use Your Delusion 1 and 2. Yeah, you on them both? Yeah, I got you. Okay. Yeah, let's just get through this. Yeah, Use Your Delusion was last year's release. Use Your Delusion 1, a couple of days before Christmas. Use Your Delusion 2, pretty much day before New Year's, I think. Or did I kick off New Year's with a bang? Anyway, they're both out. Use Your Delusion 2 turned out to be a double album for no reason at all. I just got a bit carried away, you know? Got a little bit carried away with that big bad boy. 18 tracks. Okay, you want to hear about the earliest beat? Okay, so what is the earliest beat on the album? It's between Road Challenger and Dusk City Drive. Yeah, I know. Weird. And also I Threw Nan Under a Bus. Oh, that song slaps. That's a good song. That's my favourite on there. It's got to be. These songs I did on GarageBand like years and years ago, probably like 2021, 2022. 2022 is when I did them. Last songs I recorded for the album. Ooh, good question. Has to be between The Scars, which was just getting the slowed down weird vocals for the trippy moments. And the second point being I Eat Glue. That song turned out to be much better than I thought it did. I recorded the vocals for it originally and didn't like it and left it and then came back to it and thought, oh, actually this one kind of slaps. Though it shouldn't. That was probably the last song I had to do for the album. Also, Fragile Trip was a beat I just found a couple of days before releasing the album, and I quickly just got together the vocals through a lot of delay on them. And I think that actually is the very last song to be made during the process of the Use Your Delusion. Wow, what a eclectic mix that is. What songs do I recommend people listen to on the album? It doesn't really work like that. It's just one of those insanity albums you just have to sit through and suffer. There's no easy way around it. I wouldn't recommend people picking and choosing songs. Yeah, sorry about that. How long did it take to make Use Your Delusion 1 and Use Your Delusion 2? Both albums actually just took me a couple of months to record and mix. Saying that, I was actually working on my next two albums, which I'm going to release this year instead as a consequence. I just randomly thought, you know what, I got a load of beats, why not just throw some lyrics over them, do a bit of a test run before I release my next albums. So that's kind of how the story originated. As for the recording process, most of the beats were already made. I was using these as like practice beats years and years ago in 22, 23, and then a couple I made in 24. Just to get the albums moving, and then I just threw lyrics over them in a matter of weeks and then mixed and mastered it. That took the longest bit of the process, actually, was mastering them. I sat in the car, I put them on a USB. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else does that. Is that a bit old school? Is that old school? So I stuck them on a USB altogether just to sit in the car and listen from start to finish and see, oh, this one needs to come down, this one needs to go up, the bass is too loud, the lyrics aren't really that audible, I need to redo the effects on that. This is a torturous process, probably my most antisocial December I've ever had. What did I do as a release party for Use Your Delusion 1 and 2? Funny enough, I released Use Your Delusion 1, and I remember, New Year's on the loom, and I just went to bed early and slept, and then woke up and found loads of messages wishing me Happy New Year when I just randomly woke at midnight and thought, oh yeah, New Year's. It's a very antisocial process, mixing and mastering music. It takes a lot of time and patience, and that's probably been the trickiest part of the album. Recording, writing the lyrics, recording the vocals, creating the instrumentation was easy. It's just actually leveling everything, was brutal. Any regrets about making Use Your Delusion? Yeah. Not having anyone to actually properly do the mixing, mastering, and leveling for me. Me doing it myself was grueling, sluggish process. Sat in the car listening to them on a USB in the cold on multiple December nights, weeks after weeks of just sitting in a car, slightly adjusting things. I was writing on my phone notes what needed doing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that for my next double album I'm releasing this year. Going to be another long leveling mixing process. Hey, seriously, you want to talk about the album artwork? All right. We'll talk about the album artwork. If my drum kit can keep quiet. I stuck pasta clowns, scary clowns eating pasta, 1950s style. There's no reason for it. I just thought it was funny. Yeah, it's controversial because it's AI, but I thought the actual artists I knew who I wanted to commission were not going to want to draw scary clowns eating pasta on a table. I couldn't commission anyone to do that. It would have been straight up refused. As for the AI part, it was a really dumb prompt and it came back looking ugly. I have no regrets because it wasn't meant to be a pretty album art for either one. I wanted it to be something disgusting, unnerving, critically just grotesque underpinning it. Something uncanny was the main drill for getting the album art together. What inspired me to make Use Your Delusion? Just the fact I had a load of beats lying around which needed to get thrown out. Yeah, pretty simple process actually. There's nothing more to it than that. I just randomly woke up and thought it wouldn't be funny just to release a double album out of nowhere whilst I was working on like my two most important albums, of which will be now 2025. Yeah, I do that. I don't know why I do this to myself, just put in challenges whilst I'm midway through working on two big albums. I suddenly think, wouldn't it be funny to do another two? Meh. You get what you're given with Fug Flug. What genre are the albums? Unethical, noise, experimental, and avant-garde. You know, that's what I'm rooted in. Yeah, that's my turf. Keeping it real. What to expect for next year? Well, I've already hinted I've got 2 albums dropping. No doubt more albums. Probably going to stay away from interviews because this is awkward and I don't like anyone here. Hey, no, I'm joking, boys. I'm joking. Don't hate me. Music videos and singles for Use Your Delusion 1 and 2 I need to do, but I'm still working and planning on what to do with them. However, I'm also getting back into writing, so I'm kind of like clashing everything at the moment. I don't know, man. Being an outsider, underground artist, doing independently, man, it's just weird. Slow process, but you know, you just got to go with it. Do what you can. Spread peace. What's that? You want some advice for indie artists? Yeah, I get you advice. If you're crazy, you can do it. If you're not crazy, stay away from it. Keep your hands out of the pie if you can't suffer for it. That's it. It's a good pie too. Yep, that's we good? All right. Yeah, we'll pack up there. I'm Fog Flug. This has been me talking about Use Your Delusion 1 and 2. With that being said, see you later, poets. Right, back to making more music. Here I go.